morning. I had me some breakfast by the morning. I had a six by the morning. I got on a meat, no pneumonia. The rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture me. You got the picture me. Pacific ice, I'm an ocean. Ready for war like I'm Russia. Ladies should never the luggage. My diamonds, they tussling. My neck and my belly. They call it for me and they. You want me like me and I look. Yeah. I wreck so much. Yeah. Big racks better calm down. Yeah. If you go around, come around. Yeah. Whole squad. Yeah. Squad goes on the. Yeah. Make some orange gel on my toes. Yeah. Farrakhan glass for the chosen. Yeah. You can go and get mad. Jumping in the bed with 2 dots.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. And this will be a touchback as that sails over. And right away, whistles and a flag down. And I believe we'll start the night with a 1st and 15. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot, excellent coverage, didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7, following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Hey, 18.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
On second down, here's Ryan. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Ryan to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half, 3-0 New England, Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, the 3rd team to win the year after losing the Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever. Caught out left side by Robinson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards.
Lock in. Red, up.
They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. And his pass incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Lock in.
Out of the gun, Trubisky forced out to his left. Finding Gabriel complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Parkey now set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Well, CD, the NFL held its awards show the night before the Super Bowl, and as you and I had speculated the last few weeks, Patrick Mahomes, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and for the second straight season, how about Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, Donald was expected. We knew that was going to happen. Mahomes, we thought would happen. There was that school of thought that maybe Drew Brees might walk away with the MVP since he's never won one, but Mahomes a deserving winner. How about the Offensive Rookie of the Year? Saquon Barkley with the Giants. Many thought it might be Baker Mayfield with Cleveland.
Yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Darius Leonard of the Colts, and the Colts Comeback Player of the Year, Andrew Luck, and very deservedly so.
I would say that for sure, and he beat out J.J. Watt, who also would have been a deserving winner. Coach of the Year, I thought was a close vote, or probably should have been closer to me, because I thought Anthony Lynn from the Chargers deserves some respect, but Matt Nagy of the Bears, he ends up winning the award. They went 12-4 in his rookie season.
And then last one we need to mention, Chris Long of the Eagles, well-deserved Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. Congrats to all.
Yeah, how about that? Donated his first 4 game checks to fund a literacy program.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, 60 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy, and of course when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living with.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
We go, let's go.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
You see it? Gotta go.
Off the toss, Cohen. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Blue. Hey, gotta go.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Going up top for Miller. That's going to be caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bears are in for 6. Parkey with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, 2nd major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pauvin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, Ivy Strafin. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, The Vikings went down, and they went down hard. That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Pavin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts, also won Super Bowl tickets for the next day, unselfishly gave them to his father and his brother.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Pavin. Way to go.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. To go here in the first half.
Let's go.
We're back to Soldier Field following this short break.
Gun. Get out. Wait. 11. Hey, Tuesday. All right, 25 seconds.
This looks like a free play for Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And it's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
Space. Let go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
Left. On. 25 tonight.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
There we go. Hey, gun. Gun. 12.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. Looking. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Move. Gotta go. Lock in. Yes.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
18. Hey, 18. Right.
Now Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, gotta go.
On 3rd down. It's Cohen, and he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. For the Falcons, Charles, we've talked all year about the injuries that they had in 2018, and you kind of touched on it earlier, too. It's hard to get around them, though, when you look back at this past year. So they go to 7-9, and I know that that's not what they wanted, but with all the injuries, is that okay?
It would be if you didn't think you were going to the Super Bowl. You know,
there he goes, right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. For the Chicago Bears, Charles, it's kind of the dust settles on this season. How do you think that they will remember it? Because right now, the fresh wound is there with the missed field goal. We get that. But this is a pretty good season they just had.
It certainly.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Time. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half. And
now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 28. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And some room to roam now. And all the way to the opposite 48. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 47 yards on the ground. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. And some space here. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
18.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Move. Lock in. Red, up. Gotta go. Red, up.
2nd and 10, it's Trubisky again. This is caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Gotta go.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now Trubisky to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down. And Parkey's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal, and yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he powers his way up past the 30. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop. On second down, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still, a lot of guys.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is third and inches.
21. Gun. 11. Hey. Space.
Here's Ryan. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Lock in. 18. Gotta go.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. That'll bring up second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
We got. You see it?
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Hey, gun. 58. Left. Here we go.
Now Ryan on second down. And, oh, he took that thing one-handed. What a grab. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is third and inches.
Hey, south. Space.
Ryan. Uses the stiff arm. And it's complete. Hooper. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. He finds Coleman. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Here's Coleman, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Now Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Bears take over. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Tech McKinley in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Back to throw. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, but whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Back to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. One last shot for Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.